There are several things involved in this committee. This committee is as large as we want it to be. It's as large as we want it to be.
Yes, I move for the
Adoption.
I support.
Fine. The agenda, the motion for adoption of the agenda will be as seconded. Opening prayer. Let us pray. Almighty God, ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech you to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Amen. The next item on the agenda is introduction. Let me start with my humble self. My name is Senator Osita Izunaso. I represent Imo West. I'm the chairman of the committee.
Yeah, colleagues. My name is Peter Gia. This committee is the vice chairman. Permit me to apologize profusely for coming late. I was at the information committee, and the minister is from my local government, so he insisted I should be there a little while. So I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. My name is Mr. Ibrahim, and I represent the member of this committee.
Mr. Chairman, my colleagues, Clark and his team, my name is Mustafa Habib. I represent the Southwest. Thank you. Member of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Vice, distinguished colleagues. My name is Senator Anthony Siakoyako, representing the South, a member of this committee.
Thank you, Chairman, distinguished colleagues. My name is Zain Nayabariga, representative of the South. I'm a member of the committee.
Confirm, Chairman.
You are not confirmed yet. I'm just to see what man come in here.
I'm sitting the judge there.
Okay, thank you very much. You are almost welcome. You have seen the members of the committee. Some are not there. We will also see more in our subsequent interaction. So we welcome you. The next item on the agenda is the chairman's welcome remark. Distinguished Vice Chairman and my distinguished colleagues, it is my utmost joy to welcome all of you to our inaugural meeting of the Senate Committee on Capital Market in the 10th Senate. The importance of committees in National Assembly cannot be emphasized, as it is the engine of legislative, and such is the importance of the Committee on Capital Market. Let me also emphasize that the Committee on Capital Market has an enviable role to play, especially now in our emerging and revamping economy, which seems to be one of the best economies in the world. Permit me to state clearly that the capital market plays a significant role as an indispensable component of the financial system, comprising of major government agencies, namely Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC), Investment and Security Tribunal (IST), and other key stakeholders in the capital market, such as Nigerian Exchange Group, formerly known as Nigerian Stock Exchange, FMDQ, Nigerian Commodities Exchange, Central Security Clearing System CSCS, Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, and the new Nigeria Capital Market Academy, etc. It is also to be noted that capital market exists to provide long-term capital to both the government and corporate bodies for industrial and socio-economic development, and at the same time attract returns for investors by way of dividend. It is therefore pivotal by which economic growth and development of our nation revolves. Distinguished colleagues, it is my sincere desire that this committee will use the opportunity of being members of the capital market to advance the fortunes of our nation and the wake of current economic predicament that is affecting all of us. I will therefore enjoin you as carefully selected members of this committee to let us work closely with ourselves and necessary stakeholders in the sector to bring back past glory of the capital market and also work assiduously together to achieve a really enviable capital market structure in Nigeria. We are in a difficult financial position at the moment as a nation, and it is our collective duty to ensure that the creation of an enabling environment for both local and international investors in the wake of a building oil revenue should be our target. I have no doubt that this committee will succeed in finding legislative antidote to the challenges being faced in this sector, thereby strengthening the economy of our dear nation. I sincerely look forward to work hand in hand with members of the committee to ensure the success of our committee. Let me also inform all of us that the Vice Chairman and I have represented you in the Capital Market Committee meeting that took place last week in Lagos. We also represented you in the West African Capital Market Summit that also took place in Lagos sometime last month. On this final note, I would like to congratulate all of us as members of this auspicious committee, and I wish us a very successful term. Thank you and God bless you. Having said that, we move to item number 5, which is response from members.
Mr. Chairman, my colleagues, my name is Osita Izunaso, representing the Dist. One thing I appreciate about Mr. Chairman is his delivery. So it's a privilege to serve on this committee because it's one of the areas where I'm a member. I'm here to learn, I'm here to work, and to contribute to the success of this committee. I assure you, Mr. Chairman, of my total support anytime, anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished senator. I don't know if we are not taking from here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, distinguished colleagues. I'm happy to be here. I want to firmly commit myself to the activities of this committee because I made to understand that this committee is a very robust committee, it's a good committee, and one can depend on for it. And with you as the chairman, with these remarks you have just given, I'm so confident that at least we will achieve a lot between now and the end of this year. And I want to assure you of my full support and full participation as far as this committee is concerned. Thank you very much.
What else do I say than to say that you have my loyalty, my support and commitment.
to ensure that this committee succeeds. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm Anthony Siakoyaro, representing Government South. Capital market happen to be one of the major areas federal government ensures revenue sources, structures, finances. Being a government that or country that is bedeviled with excess debt. Excess in the sense that people use paper definition to say your capacity to borrow is a percentage of it. Not only that, but the kind of money you take also is another thing. That's the portfolio mix. Now, you define capacity to borrow as a percentage of GDP. Meanwhile, if it comes to payment and servicing of those debts, you service them from revenue, not from GDP. So when you get a means and say, yes, I have capacity to borrow, I have capacity to borrow, you go a borrowing, your revenue is static or even going down relatively. Relative inflation. Inflation is going towards the roof. And then when it comes to servicing, today, just last week, the Minister of Finance was saying we use 92% of our revenue to service debts. 92%. So you're left with just 8%. You can't afford this and that. And yet, today, if they tell you we have capacity to borrow, so we want to borrow more. Capital market, I want us to make it as an answer, this committee, to those issues, and make the federal government to be aware and do the appropriate thing, which is a realistic thing or more objective thing to do. And so we just rose from a session where we're expecting that we could borrow about a little bit above 9 trillion. 9 trillion naira again, you know. So if you look at that, capital market today, we had a session in Transcorp last time. What was that session? The one that I think bankers CIBN. The one you did with a goodwill message. CIBN. The one that Shitima was there, the vice. So he highlighted issues where we use capital market to say most of the companies, the big ones in Nigeria, MTN, all those telecoms, their balance sheet is huge, but they are not quoted on the exchange. That's income leakage. By the time they are quoted in the exchange, what NGX and FMDQ will be doing will be 3 times, 4 times what they are doing today. So, Chairman, we support you full-heartedly that we make this committee to be a good source of structuring portfolio for federal government, and then limiting ideas of this borrowing for us to have something sustainable rather than using our 90-something% to be servicing debt and be paying. So those are just wrong conceptions that are there. Why can't we force these companies to be on the stock exchange? You know, they are very big if you look at their portfolio, no, not small. So, Mr. Chairman, pledge total support in that area and so many other areas that will make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Chairman, I hear they support the committee.
Thank you. My chairman is established.
You see, anytime I'm with the Bible, I'm also always very careful. And this afternoon, I'm now more careful for not saying anything. Anyway, distinguished chairman and colleagues, the vice chairman, my name is Cyril Fashu, Ekiti North. Senator Osita, I believe in your sir. Senator Osita, I believe in your capacity, and I believe in your ability to do things. Something happened at the Senate yesterday saw the way some people were just to change their committees. You never bothered. It shows your contentment and that you are here to move this committee forward. I thank you for your trust and your belief. And that's the first thing in life. Once you believe in what you have, it's God that gives every other thing. I wish you best of luck, and we are going to enjoy our support. Just like the two of you, Senator Abaribe and Senator Osita. You know, you are also in my committee. And I rely so much on the top person that I expect to be here, that is not here, the Senator Hussein Babangida. Maybe you help me co-opt. Senator Gia, well done, and every other distinguished senators. I'm on your side. I am on your side. Forget about the number that is there present. When we begin to meet the experts, the other senators will rush to come inside. Thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished Dr. Cyril Fasoye. The next item on the agenda is any other business which includes number 1, committee work plan. Committee work plan, I'm sure is in our folder. I don't know whether we have looked at it. You have a committee work plan here. So, Clark, can you just summarize the work plan?
Okay. The first one is the inauguration of the committee, which has already been done by the Senate President. The major committee's meeting, which is dated, and we propose an interactive session with the agencies and stakeholders of the committee. That's within this fourth quarter. And the fourth one is to have a discussion and answer time with agencies and NGOs. Then I question the room and do the first quarter. We did it up to the second quarter, so that from there we take off that next year's quarter. We will have interactive sessions with some of the agencies, because there are some agencies that we don't have direct control over them. That's the financial market derivatives, the central securities clearing system, Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers, Institute of Capital Market, and Association of Capital Market Solicitors. We have indirect role over them, so we propose to have an interactive session. That's within the second quarter of 2023.
2022.
Yes. Okay, yes. Committees familiarization visits to agencies on their ongoing program. Every member see for themselves practical situational report forms as involved in the interactive session and assess the level of 2023 budget implementation as current contractual issues within the United Senate. Then we have oversight. Sir?
Is this access or assess?
Assess. Not access. Yes, what is it? Assess.
Okay, thank you, the clerk. The two colleagues, what we have to be, as far as I'm concerned, is just a guide. It's not something that we're going to follow to plan a single. So, but if you don't have any comment on it, then I'll move to the second item, which is the truth. But if you have comment on this, I will attend it.
Since you have said it is not going to be followed strictly,
Yes.
it's subject to some changes, depending on the course of time.
A lot of changes, subject to a lot of changes.
So we can leave it as it is.
Okay.
Chairman, you can take over.
Yes, so, Chairman, no, my own take is that if the Senate did not sign their budget, it would mean it's not approved. If it's not approved, then why would we spend? Chairman, sir.
So, why don't we call for an executive session now?
Okay. Not now. Maybe, well, maybe we need to hear from the DG. So when it comes, we need to hear from him. Okay, so.
I'll just make a comment in respect of whether without the approval of the Senate, whether that of the House is sufficient, allowing to.
But even you know it's not so what I'm saying is my civil colleagues, the matter is very simple. Yes, if the Senate is not sign that budget, is it an approved budget? Where's the plan?
We assume it is not.
Class, is it an approved budget?
It is not, Chairman. It is not. We are operating by cameral parliament.
So something is wrong somewhere. So we must unravel it.
Don't give more information and keep fighting. Please give all the information so that you know the terrain and how to handle it. You understand? There's a major infraction if two people are supposed to sign. There's no lawyer here, but I can act as one.
There is one there.
Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3. So, let me say this, sir. If you have, sir, if you have a mandate, 2 to sign on the check and 1 person signs, that is an incomplete mandate.
Of course.
So if 2 chairmen are supposed to sign and 1 has signed, and you are going ahead to execute based on the signature of 1 person, that's an incomplete mandate, which is a contravention, and it is our duty to invoke the spirit of Senate to handle that situation. Senator Osita, when you hear that, please tell me so that I will know how to prepare my brief.
Anyway, we are going to invite the DG to explain to us. But the same day we will invite him, you will bring the committee in a closed session first before we can hear from the DG. Now, there's a petition on the DG sent to me by the Senate President to investigate some infractions concerning some banks, Zenith Bank, and a lot of other things. I've also told the DG about it. I will form the petition on it. So, I don't know. No, I just told him that the petition, I didn't tell him the details of the petition. But the Senate President needed to me to investigate.
Chairman,
Yes.
was the petition laid on the floor, on the table in the Senate?
Pardon?
Is it private or has it been officially laid in the Senate?
No, it's not. It's a petition to the Senate President, which he will just straight to the committee. So the one you are talking about is what will go to the Committee on Public Petitions. So what I also like my committee members to look at that petition. I'll bring it so that we can look at it and agree on modus operandi. Whether we will buy the man privately to explain to us what happened, or whether we will take it the way such a petition can be taken. We can take it, hopefully. But I think when we look at that petition, we can invite him to explain.
In view of the fact that there are 2 issues. I think in view of the fact that there are 2 issues on the table now. One, the issue of non-signing of the budget by the Senate.
Yes.
And then the issue of this petition, has it all centered on one person?
Yes, it's identity now.
Can you mention this?
Yeah, we're invited next week.
Yes.
Next week. Our next week, maybe next week Thursday, is it okay? Yeah?
Yes. Thursday is going to
Wednesday, Thursday.
Where's the Thursday? Next Thursday will be fine.
Thursday is one person, yes.
Okay, no. Wednesday is fine.
It's okay.
Wednesday is fine. Can we move today?
Yes.
Can we move today? Yeah, so you will give the statement letter of the petition. Yeah? You don't give them hard copy. Yeah?
So are we to invite you as next week?
Yes, Wednesday.
That's 29th.
No. 29th, yes. Wednesday.
It's not going to be private, exclusive, or is it by executive session or just
No, you know,
in an open?
no, it will be 2 times. He's going to come with his people to explain to us what I mean. So after we listen to him, then we'll excuse what I mean. And now discuss those issues with him. But you see, if the budget has not been properly approved and we are spending, you remember what happened in the NWC budget? Yes. We have to set it back. So if
when
you
you
are
are spending, when you are already spending money.
yeah, but if you are spending and it's not approved, something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. Because
We are very difficult to
Very difficult to
Yeah,
read.
because you must have spent the money.
Because
you will not be spending. Let you come and
so
explain.
remember the SP also was a victim of the culprit was
Yes.
The night has something have to cure before he died.
yes.
So look at it. He will tell us why. Because from what they're saying that it is a disagreement between him and the chairman that resulted in the chairman not signing. And so,
Yes, sir.
but the DG must make sure that the chairman signs his budget.
Yes.
He must make sure. Whatever is the problem, he has to resolve
Respect the
it.
Senate.
Yes. Okay. So the budget, they will also bring the budget performance for 2023. We might decide not to take it, or we can decide to take it. But he has to explain why. Then if we are convinced, then we can look at their performance. If we are not convinced, then we will drop it. But we must get ourselves ready for 2024.
Chairman, if you are going to take the issue
Yeah.
of him operating the budget illegally,
Yeah.
then we should not ask him about his performance. We should ask him why he is spending without proper budget approval.
I think both should go pari passu because we have to remedy whatever is on ground now.
Okay, it's not part of the decision.
No, that budget is not part of the decision. No, you see, the budget thing was what the DG himself told me, that the Senate chairman did not sign the budget. I said, and he went ahead, he said, so these are some of the things we have to share with that. So,
No, he wants your love.
eh?
He wants your love.
Well, I don't know. So I think that is that the stimulus method can live. No, what we're saying is
Can people
can live. What we're saying is let them come with budget performance for 2023. It is when they come with it that issue of whether the budget is signed or not will go on. So finally, item number 7 here is the chairman's closing remark. Let me thank the civil colleagues. I told you this meeting will last for more than 30 minutes, and I'm sure we're keeping to that time.
It's 1 hour.
It's 1 hour.
Next time we'll make it 20 minutes.
That means
Yeah.
140 minutes.
There are several things involved in this committee. This committee is as large as we want it to be. is as large as we want it to be. This committee will have oversight function on every listed company in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Every listed company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why you can see petition coming from the banks, petition coming from oil companies. That is why, you know, this same sec has stopped the entire Rwanda completely. There's no more what to have. Because they have a lot of powers. They invoke those powers.
And sorry, Chairman, this committee has rights to put up letters to all listed companies in Nigeria that there must be representation from this committee on any annual general meetings or anything.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Because even the capital market committee meeting, we were there. All of them were physically present, including CBN, including DMO, including Bencom, Minister of Finance. They were all there.
Also, Chairman, sir,
So
this
it is a-
committee also has the right to appoint consultants to go and check the audited accounts of all listed companies to see whether they are actually what?
So it don't be too much.
What is too much?
You invite more than you can
What?
choose.
No.
You can select companies.
And you select now. When I say all, but you can select the one you want. You want to see what is the payout to to investors.
Sorry, sir, I think that is the essence of this retreat. By the time we're having a retreat, they're able to get off for the issues that we dealt with.
So there is now,
all
of course, we are not disposed.
And I'm sure you are aware that there's a Nigerian Capital Market Academy. There's a school for capital market. You see,
Where?
isn't that there? Yes. So, with time, senators will also go to that school for refresher courses. We will arrange for senators to refresh their memory about it. So, we have a lot of things to do. You know that NNPC is now a limited liability
Company, yes.
You know that coming to the capital market. That one we will discuss in a closed session. Because I raised the matter in our retreat in New York, if you recall.
Yeah,
I asked why is NNPC not coming to the capital market? Then the Minister of Finance quickly went to me and whispered to me that I should do closed session.
Off your mind.
That's
Off your mind.
I have no mind.
Off your mind.
So NNPC is coming to the capital market.
That's enough.
So that's enough. Now, and when I go to the capital market, anyway, I think that should be enough. There's so many things that we're going to talk about. That is the chairman's closing. My closing remark is that this committee is as big as we want it to be big. If we want it to be bigger than this house, it's bigger than this house. If we want it to be small,
It's your responsibility.
I know that you know how to make it.
so that's if the committee members want it to be big, then they can be big.
We'll support you.
You need to follow.
Because when you see the powers of SEC, you're wondering, do they really have such a power? But it is in the act.
It is enormous.
So the act would be elected.
It is in the act. That oil companies are coming now to say that SEC didn't approve this, SEC approved that, and it's a major problem. There's even a major issue of SEPLA, which was reported to the Senate President, and he also sent it to me. That one we have still not resolved, because some people have overstayed as non-independent directors, but SEC has not asked them to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have a bill. That's what Malak is branding me about the ISC. The act. ISC in the nice Senate, it came. It was even the bill was they worked on it actually as an asset, but it was returned. So, but that bill is back now. The Senate leader is the one sponsoring the bill.
What bill?
Well, they started it before the committees were created. Yes. So what we do now is
It should be referred to.
no, when it's a security, we cannot take it from there. So I think, but in the House of Reps, they have already done security.
So the public hearing about
But they're waiting for us to synchronize. So when we synchronize, there's going to be a joint public
Harmonization.
harmonization, yes. Because I don't think we should be a public hearing, but we just harmonize. And luckily for us, we have people like distinguished senator here,
And you,
who is very fast. Not me. He is very fast in the capital market. Very fast.
Peter
So
Chiatu.
we must start from his knowledge as we make progress. And even distinguished senators who are not trading in the capital market, we are going to get somebody to come and teach us on how to trade, so you can start trading on your own and be making small money.
So that we can have another.
Yeah, we'll get somebody to profession to train us so that we can learn something. Yes, one of their PhD capabilities on a daily basis. Yeah? You see, company, I mean, in the morning, they stand with the go so you can never in and never else and make a money. So, on that note, I think, can somebody move for the adjournment of the meeting?
I move that the meeting be adjourned.
No, it's not Senate time.
Wednesday.
What time?
29th. Same time. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
Every second time?
Yes, I second.
Okay.
We must.
Senator, let me have second time.
This why I
So, if they are adjourned Wednesday, 29th of November by 3 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.